Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking about top 10 first-timeth 1942 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, in very poor and dirty condition, and I will explain its real value in today's market in US dollars. So before you sell or throw it away, watch this video till the end. Brief history of the Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birth anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln. This coin was designed by Victor D. Brenner and was minted until 1958. The wheat ears on the back symbolize America's agricultural strength, which is why collectors call it the wheat cent. 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny, no mint mark explained. If your 1942 penny does not have a mint mark, it means it was minted in Philadelphia. Philadelphia produced hundreds of millions of pennies in 1942, making this coin very common, not rare. In 1942, pennies were made of 95% copper, not steel. Many people confuse this with the famous 1943 steel penny, which is a completely different coin. Why is the coin black in color? A black or dark brown color usually means long-term circulation, exposure to moisture, environmental or chemical damage, burial in soil. This is not a mint error and does not increase value. In fact, heavy black discoloration reduces the coin's value. Condition matters, full bad condition. If your 1942 wheat penny has heavy wear, no sharp details, dark or black surface, scratches, corrosion, or damage, then it is considered poor to about good condition in coin grading. Collectors prefer clean, detailed coins. Damaged coins are usually bought only as filler coins or for copper value. Real market value today, honest answer. Now let's talk numbers. A 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, in black color and very poor condition, is worth approximately, backhand index pointing right, 3 cents to 10 cents USD. That is 3 to 10 cents in today's market. Most of this value comes from the copper content, not rarity. Important warning about fake claims. You may see videos online claiming this coin is worth $1,000, $10,000, or even $1 million. That is not true for a normal 1942 penny in bad condition. Only extremely rare error coins such as 1943 bronze pennies, major mint errors, perfect mint state examples, can reach high prices. Should you keep or sell it? If you are a collector, you can keep it as a historical coin. If you are hopping for profit, this coin is not an investment piece in poor condition. But remember, every old coin tells a story, even if it's not valuable. Next time. Today, we are talking about one of the most searched U.S. coins, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, especially when it appears in a black color shade and is in very bad or poor condition. If you have old pennies at home, this video is for you, so watch till the end. Coin overview. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced just after World War II. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it has no mint mark under the date. Front side shows Abraham Lincoln. Backside displays the classic 2 wheat ears. Composition: 95% copper and 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Because of the copper content, many 1944 pennies turn dark brown or black over time due to oxidation and heavy circulation. Black color shade explained. A black or very dark penny usually means heavy circulation, long exposure to moisture or dirt, natural aging of copper. This color does not increase value unless the coin is rare or uncirculated. In fact, Blackened coins are usually considered damaged or low grade. Condition: full bad/poor condition. If your 1944 wheat penny has heavy wear, date is weak but readable, no original shine, dark or black surface, then it falls into poor P1 to good G4 condition. Heavy $sign 1944, no mint mark wheat penny value today. In today's market, the value depends mainly on condition. For a black color shade coin in full bad condition, the value is approximately backhand index pointing right 3 cents to 10 cents USD. This value is mostly based on copper melt value, collector demand for bulk wheat pennies. Important note: warning, be careful. Some 1944 steel pennies exist and are extremely rare and valuable. A normal 1944 penny should not stick to a magnet. If it sticks, you may have something very special. Final thoughts: even though a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark in bad condition is not very valuable, it is still an important piece of American history and a great coin for beginners. Always check date, mint mark, color, magnet test. Outro. Next time today we're diving into the story of one of the most common yet fascinating U.S. coins, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, even in bad condition, and especially one with a unique black color shade. Let's find out what it could be worth in today's market. Studio: the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in Denver with an D mint mark under the date. It's part of the beloved Lincoln Wheat Cent series that ran from 1909 to 1958, the first U.S. coin to feature a real president, Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Coin trackers: these coins contain about 95% copper, giving them that classic reddish-brown tone. But over decades in circulation, many develop dark, almost black shades due to oxidation and wear. Film segment 2:041:15 Why some coins turn black. Studio: if your penny has a black color shade, that usually means it has been heavily circulated and oxidized. Nothing wrong with the coin, but it's far from mint condition. This dark look comes from chemical reactions between the copper and the environment, especially if it was buried, stored in moisture, or just saw years of use. Segment 3:1:15-20 Value in poor black condition. Studio: so, what's the value of a 1953 penny like this today? It depends heavily on condition. Poor, heavily worn/black shaded. Often the coin is worth only a few cents above face value, sometimes around 5 cents to 25 cents in typical worn condition. TOK+1. Eyes average circulated. Many traders estimate low circulated examples are worth about 15 cents to $1. Coin trackers: glowing star, uncirculated or collector coins. If a coin is uncirculated and has preserved original color, especially red or red-brown, values jump $10 to $20 or more, and rare, superb specimens can sell for hundreds or even thousands. Coleccionistas de Mondes +1. But your black, bad condition coin generally stays on the lower end of that scale, because collectors pay premiums for original color and sharp detail, not heavy wear. Package segment 4:2:23:00 Tips for sellers and collectors. Studio: if you think your coin might be more than just an ordinary worn penny, right, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy collector value. Right, look for original color. Coins graded RD red are more valuable than RB red, brown, or black. Right, if you find unusual features or errors like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchets, those can significantly increase value. Right, for a precise market price, you can have the coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. So the bottom line. A 1953 D Lincoln Wheat Penny with a black shade and in poor condition is usually worth only a few cents to a couple dollars. But even common coins tell a story. If you enjoyed this valuation guide, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you want help valuing your own coin. Next time, the 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Penny with a blackened color shade, even in poor condition. If you've ever wondered what it's worth in today's market, you're in the right place. Brain. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first minted in 1909 and stayed in circulation until 1958. Collectors love these coins for their history, and certain dates and varieties can be surprisingly valuable. But what about a 1951 D penny with a dark or black color shade, even if it's in rough shape? Magnifying glass tilted left coin DTALS, 1951 D Wheat Penny. Pushpin on-screen graphic, coin specs. Year 1951. Mint mark D Denver. Metal content, mostly copper. Design, Lincoln Wheat reverse. Shade black/dark toned. Studio microphone voiceover. The 1951 D is not an ultra-rare date, but some coins develop dark toning or black shades over time due to oxidation and environmental exposure. What causes the BLACKNING? Video camera, cut to animation of oxidation process. Studio microphone voiceover. Copper reacts with sulfur, moisture, and air, especially if the coin has been buried, stored in poor conditions, or exposed to harsh elements. That can create a black or dark surface. But remember, dark toning doesn't automatically make a coin more valuable. It's all about eye appeal and demand. Chart decreasing condition GRADING, bad condition explained. Camera with flash shots of a worn coin. Studio microphone voiceover. When we say bad condition, we mean the coin is heavily worn, no sharp details, flat surfaces, and perhaps nicks and scratches. In grading terms, that's somewhere around good G or even about good AG. Sparkles on-screen scale. Good right arrow, very good right arrow, fine right arrow, extremely fine right arrow, uncirculated. Dollar banknote current market value, today's dollar. Bar chart on-screen table, estimated values. Condition. Approx value USD. Good G worn. 20 cents, $1. Black/dark look poor. 50 cents, $3. Better eye appeal, attractive toning. $3, $10 plus. Studio microphone voiceover. In today's market, a 1951 D penny in worn condition, even with a black shade, is usually not expensive. Most of these sell for under $5. But if the black color is actually attractive toned copper, some collectors will pay more, sometimes up to $10 or more for the right look. Pushpin key TAKAWIS. Speaking head on camera. So here's the bottom line. Write a 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Penny in bad condition with black toning is worth some value, but not a fortune. Right, most examples sell for less than $5 in today's collector market. Right, price goes up only if the toning is unique and attractive. Direct hit final thoughts. Studio microphone voiceover. Coins like this are great to learn from, and sometimes those odd colors tell an interesting story about where the coin has been. On camera. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Have you found a black-toned penny like this? What did you think it was worth? Megaphone. Next time. Today, we're talking about a very interesting old American coin. The 1952 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, found in a black color shade and in very bad or poor condition. Let's start with some basic details. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in Philadelphia, which is why this coin has no mint mark. It is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, and features President Abraham Lincoln on the front. On the reverse side, you can see the classic 2 wheat ears, which is why collectors call it the wheat penny. This wheat design was used from 1909 to 1958. Now let's talk about the black color. A black or very dark penny usually happens because of heavy oxidation, dirt, corrosion, fire damage, or long-term burial. This color is not a mint error, and it does not increase the value. In fact, it usually reduces the value for collectors. Now let's discuss the condition. This coin is in full bad condition, also known as poor condition. Heavy wear. Details almost worn out. Dark or black surface. Possible corrosion. Coins in this condition are not rare, even though they are old. So what is the value today? In today's market, a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, in black color, and in very bad condition, is usually worth around 2 cents to 10 cents dollars. That is 2 to 10 cents, mostly valued for its copper content, not for collectability. Important note for collectors: if this coin were in excellent or uncirculated condition or had a rare mint error, the value could be much higher. But in bad condition with black coloring, it remains a low-value coin. Final thoughts. Even though the value is low, this coin is still a piece of American history and a great starter coin for beginners. Never clean old coins, because cleaning can damage them and lower their value even more. If you enjoy learning about old and rare coins, like, share, and subscribe to the channel Old Rare Coins. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. If you want, I can also make it shorter for YouTube Shorts. Add a strong hook for the first 10 seconds. Or write a click-worthy title and description. Just tell me. Next time today, we're talking about one of the most intriguing and valuable U.S. pennies ever, the 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, especially in that unique black shaded, heavily worn condition. Let's dive in. Section 1. Introduction to the 1955 Wheat Penny. Host voiceover with coin shots. First minted in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the Lincoln Wheat Penny became one of the most beloved coin series in American history. By 1955, these coins were everyday change until collectors discovered something amazing. Face with monocle. Section 2. What makes the 1955 no mint mark unique? Host on camera. The 1955 penny without a mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the original home of Lincoln pennies. But the real story isn't the mint location. It's the rarity and desirability of this year in poor condition with a distinct black shade. Movie camera. Cut 2. Close-up shots of the coin surface. Black color shade is usually the result of oxidation. Magnifying glass. Tilted left. Section 3. Condition. Black shade and badly worn. Host voiceover with visuals. Unlike shiny MS-65 Plus collector's coins, this 1955 penny has seen heavy circulation. The design is worn, details are faint, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. On screen text. Condition terms: poor, fair, good G4, about good Ag 3. Host. Collectors still track these because certain die varieties and errors from 1955 can survive even in low grades. Money bag. Section 4. Value in today's market, USD. Host on camera. So what's this coin worth today? Well, it depends. Pushpin. Typical market value: black, poor condition. Good to fair, heavily worn, approximately 15 cents, 50 cents USD. Black shaded with corrosion, 50 cents, $1.50 USD. Note, These basic, circulated values fluctuate with demand. Chart increasing if it had a known error die variety, like the 1955 double die. Even in low grade, values can skyrocket from $1,000 to over $10,000 plus USD for authentic doubling and verified by grading services. Host voiceover. But our black shaded, badly worn 1955 no mint mark coin typically stays in the $1 to $5 range among casual collectors, unless it shows a collectible error. Magnifying glass tilted left section 5, tips for collectors. Host on camera. Here are a few things to look for when buying or selling. Heavy check for die errors, especially doubling on the date or lettering. Heavy get it graded if you think it's special. Heavy compare online sales. eBay sold listings are great reference. Heavy avoid cleaned coins. Cleaning lowers value. Loudspeaker conclusion. Host on camera. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny in bad condition with a black shade is a cool piece of history. It might not be worth thousands unless it has a rare error, but it's a timeless classic any collector would love to own. Clapperboard outro. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and click the bell for more rare coin insights. Drop a comment, what coin should we explore next? Thanks for watching. White heavy checkmark, optional on-screen graphics / edits. Pushpin close-ups of the 1955 wheat penny, date side, and wheat reverse. Pushpin price, range text overlay during value discussion. Pushpin examples of double die errors, if used. Pushpin chart comparing conditions and worth. If you want, I can also create a thumbnail title plus text ideas or a shorter script format. Next time, today we're looking at a classic, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, no mint mark in a black shaded, heavily worn condition. Is it valuable? Let's find. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first minted in 1909 and continued for decades. These cents honor Abraham Lincoln and were everyday U.S. coins for generations. The 1956 penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, so there's no mint mark on the coin. Black Heart Section 2. What does black shade mean? Host on camera. Now, this coin has a distinct black shade and is in very poor condition, meaning heavy wear, dark toning, and surface roughness from decades of circulation. Movie camera cut 2. Close-up shots of dark surface and worn features. This dark color comes from oxidation and long exposure to moisture or soil. It doesn't make the coin more valuable by default, but it tells a story of age and sacrifice. Chart decreasing section 3. Condition and what it means. Host voiceover. Coin collectors grade condition from high to low, from mint state to good to poor. Our 1956 penny falls in the heavily worn category. Details are faint, rims are soft, and it's obviously circulated many years. Backhand index pointing right on screen text. Grades poor P1, fair FR2, good G4, very good VG8. Host. Coins in this condition typically don't fetch high prices, but they're still collectible. Dollar banknote section 4. Value in today's market, USD. Host on camera. So how much is this coin worth today? Let's break it down. Pushpin typical market value for a 1956 wheat penny, no mint mark, black, worn. Poor to fair condition, around 10 cents, 75 cents USD. Heavily worn with black shade, 50 cents, $1.50 USD. Host voiceover. These are general values you'll see among everyday collectors and online marketplaces. Heavy corrosion, dark toning, and damage keep values low. Chart increasing special cases, rare errors. If your coin has a minting error, like doubling on the date or letters, the value can jump significantly when authenticated by a grading service. Magnifying glass tilted right section 5. Tips for buyers and sellers. Host on camera. Here are a few tips before you buy or sell a 1956 penny. Heavy check for errors or doubling. Heavy compare sold prices on auction and marketplace sites. Heavy avoid coins that have been cleaned or harshly polished. Heavy consider grading if you think it's special. End arrow conclusion. Host on camera. In everyday worn condition with a black shade, the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a piece of history, but not a big money coin. Still, every cent has a story. Clapperboard outro. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more coin insights. Comment below what coin we should explore next. Artist palette optional on-screen graphics. Pushpin close-ups of 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny, obverse and reverse. Pushpin condition scale and approximate values. Pushpin examples of mint errors, if mentioned. If you'd like, I can also write thumbnail text ideas, or a short-form version for Reels/Shorts/TikTok. Next time. Today we're exploring a classic, the 1957 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark in a black shaded, heavily worn condition. Is it valuable? Let's find out. Section 1. What is the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny? Host voiceover with coin visuals. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's legacy, and it remained in production for decades. The 1957 penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it doesn't have a mint mark on the obverse. Black Heart Section 2. What does black shade mean? Host on camera. This particular coin has a deep black shade and is in very poor condition, meaning heavy wear, dark toning, and surface roughness from years of circulation and exposure. Movie camera cut 2. Close-up shots of the dark surface and worn details. This dark look often comes from oxidation or environmental exposure over many decades. It tells a story, but it doesn't automatically increase the coin's value. Chart decreasing Section 3. Condition explained. Host voiceover. Coin collectors use grades like mint state down to poor to describe condition. Our 1957 penny here clearly falls into the low-grade category. Details on Lincoln's face, and the wheat ears are faded or missing. Backhand index pointing right on screen text. Grades poor P1, fair FR2, good G4, very good VG8. Host. Coins in this worn condition don't have strong collector value, but they're still real pieces of history. Dollar banknote Section 4. Value in today's market, USD. Host on camera. So how much is this 1957 penny worth today? Let's break it down. Pushpin typical value for a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny. No mint mark. Black, bad condition. Poor to fair, heavily worn. Generally 10 cents, 75 cents USD. Black shaded, heavy circulation. Usually 50 cents, $1.25 USD. Host voiceover. These are approximate values you'd see on coin selling platforms and auctions today. The heavy wear and dark toning keep the price modest. Chart increasing special cases. If the coin shows a recognized mint error or variety and it's authenticated, the value can be much higher, even from low grades. Magnifying glass tilted right Section 5. Tips for buyers and sellers. Host on camera. Here are a few tips if you're thinking of buying or selling one of these. Heavy look for minting errors or doubling. Heavy check sold prices, not just listed prices. Heavy be careful with cleaned or polished coins, they lose value. Heavy consider professional grading if you think it's special. End arrow conclusion. Host on camera. So that's the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Even in black shade and bad condition, it's a neat piece of American coinage. It may not be worth big money, but it's a classic worth knowing about. Clapperboard outro. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more coin insights. And drop a comment, what coin should we explore next? Thanks for watching. Next time in today's video, we're taking a closer look at the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny, with no mint mark, in a black shaded, heavily worn condition. And we'll find out how much it's really worth today in US dollars. Section 1. What is the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny? Host voiceover with coin visuals. The Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the most iconic U.S. coins ever produced. First released in 1909, it continued for decades. The 1958 Lincoln Penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it doesn't have a mint mark on the front of the coin. Black Heart Section 2. What does black shade mean? Host on camera. This particular 1958 penny has a black shade and heavy wear, meaning it was in circulation for many years, and its metal surface has darkened due to oxidation and environmental exposure. Movie camera cut 2. Close-up shots of the coin's surface. This kind of coloring doesn't automatically increase a coin's value, but it does tell us it has seen a lot of life over the decades, which can make it interesting to collectors. Chart decreasing Section 3. Condition explained. Host voiceover. Coins are graded based on their condition, from pristine, mint state, to poor. Our 1958 penny here is clearly on the lower end of the scale. Many details of Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks are worn smooth. Backhand index pointing right on screen text. Grades poor P1. Fair FR2, good G4, very good VG8. Host. In this condition, the coin is usually valued by collectors for completion, not rarity. Dollar banknote Section 4. Value in today's market, USD. Host on camera. Now for the big question. How much is this 1958 Lincoln penny worth today? Pushpin typical market value, 1958 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, black worn. Portefeuille heavily worn, approximately 10 cents, 75 cents USD. Black shaded heavy circulation, usually around 50 cents, $1.50 USD. Host voiceover. These values reflect what everyday collectors are paying online and in person right now. Because the coin is so worn and darkened, it usually doesn't command a high price. Chart increasing special cases. If a coin has a recognized mint error or unique die variety, and it's authenticated by a grading service, its value could be significantly higher, even in lower grades. Magnifying glass tilted right Section 5. Tips for buyers and sellers. Host on camera. If you're thinking of buying or selling a 1958 penny, here are some tips. Heavy look for minting errors or doubling. Heavy compare sold prices, not just listed prices. Heavy be cautious with coins that have been cleaned or polished. This can lower value. Heavy consider professional grading if you suspect something rare. End arrow conclusion. Host on camera. So that's the story of the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny in black shade and bad condition. It's a neat piece of American history, modest in value, but full of character. Clapperboard outro. If you learned something today, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more coin insights. Drop a comment, what coin should we feature next? Thanks for watching.
Next up today, we are going to talk about a very interesting U.S. coin, the 1954 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, found in a black color shade and full bad condition. Many people ask, is this coin valuable today? Let's find out. About the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Host voiceover with coin close-ups. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was introduced in 1909 and remained in circulation until 1958. The 1954 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why there is no letter below the date. Black heart black color shade and bad condition explained. Host on camera. This coin has a black or dark shade which usually comes from long-term circulation, oxidation, dirt, or environmental exposure. The coin is also in very poor condition, meaning heavy wear, faded details, and possible surface damage. Windscreen text. Black shade equals oxidation and A. Bad condition equals heavy circulation. Chart decreasing coin condition and collector interest. Host voiceover. Collectors grade coins from mint state to poor. This 1954 wheat penny falls into the poor to fair category. In this condition, the coin is not rare, but it is still collectible as part of U.S. coin history. Moneybag 1954 wheat penny value today, USD. Host on camera. So what is the value of a 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, black shade, and bad condition? Pushpin current market value. Poor to fair condition, around 10 cents to 50 cents USD. Very dark or black shaded, heavily worn, about 50 cents to $1.50 USD. Host voiceover. The heavy wear and dark color lower the value. These prices are based on general collector demand and recent marketplace trends. Warning: important note about errors. Host on camera. If your 1954 penny has a mint error such as doubling, off-center strike, or other unusual features, the value can be much higher, but only after professional authentication. Face with monocle tips for coin owners. Host. Before selling or buying, remember these tips. Heavy: do not clean the coin. Heavy: check carefully for errors. Heavy: compare sold prices online. Heavy: get expert advice if the coin looks unusual. End arrow conclusion. Host on camera. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny in black shade and bad condition is not a high-value coin, but it is a real piece of American history. Sometimes the story behind the coin is more valuable than the price. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment below if you have a wheat penny and want to know its value. Thanks for watching Old Rare Coins.